Mr. Tan, thank you for joining us. We had a wonderful walk through your property and must admit it's one of the best property we have ever been to.
Thank you.
And going by your illustrious career, I have one critical question to start with. What brought you to Sabah?
What brought me to Sabah? Well, it all happens precisely about 4 years ago. My owner is Datuk Sam Gui. He was out here fishing. When out in the ocean, he saw the sights of the shore and was amazed with this property. And he bought it over. And he brought me all the way from Thailand. And I think it's a very challenging job because I've already analyzed the characteristic of Sabah. He has 35 ethnic groups, multi-languages, very eco-friendly, awesome, surprising local cuisine, good dive sites, etc. And the best of all is the warmness shown by the natives or the people or the local is awesome. It's really warm.
So we can easily assume, based on all the places you've been to, your heart lies in Sabah.
When I just started, not really, but after being nearly 4 years, I should say so, yes.
Fantastic. So how has been Sabah developing as a tourism destination? My assumption would be you would have come here at a very early stage or a nascent stage when the market was opening up and it's still at the growth mode. So
I can see there's growth yearly, although we are at times stuck with nature disasters such as earthquake or even with a little bit of unforeseen circumstances, small major news issues. But nevertheless, I see that we are really climbing up the scale. If I'm going to compare last year and this year, we are about 25% more tourists. I think this year we should easily cluster more than 4 million.
wow, that's a fantastic growth.
Yep.
Is it projected 4 million or you're
think
pretty
it's
confident you'll be able to achieve
compared
it?
to the past, which was about 3.2 million. So I think it's a good growth. And you can see more segmentation coming in. We used to have only the Chinese, the Koreans, the Australian, the Japanese. And now I can see there's bigger prospects in terms of India, the Middle East, Indonesia. So we are always with open arms and we look forward to extend the best of our hospitality.
So I've always heard that your property is one of the key catalysts in this Sabah tourism growth with the strategic positioning and the facilities you all have. Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Well, the reason my boss bought this property 4 years ago is that you can never find a property in a right location 5 meters facing the ocean, 10 meters from the airport, 10 meters to the nocturnal hustle bustle of the city. So I think in terms of location, we are outstanding. And furthermore, we are 1,000 rooms. We have the most facilities and amenities. It's just like a miniature resort. We have a theater, we have a bowling alleys, we have 5 swimming pools, 15 restaurants and bars. We have open tennis court, indoor tennis court, 27 golf holes, 104 super yacht to be burped into a marina. I think basically we have everything ideal for a couple, a family, or even a single guy to be in this 384-acre property.
And do you believe air connectivity is key in the growth of the destination? And my question refers to Kota Kinabalu as a destination, Sabah as region is well connected in the regional wing, the ASEAN arm. But if you were to go beyond that, what is the connectivity and will there be initiatives to boost that?
Well, I can say presently most of the connection is more regional. If you are based on international long haul and so on, definitely, if I'm going to look very optimistically, there is a great vision. But the strategy to put it into it, I can't really answer you. But I'm well pleased with the regional strategy distribution and segmentation. As I believe for any tourist that decided to come Sabah, there must be an interest in something. And we are more specialized in eco-friendly, culture, tradition, food, as I said earlier. So I think it's based on individual perspective and individual likings. But the most important, I know that the Sabahans are always open arms with warm hands, always trying to think out the box, putting things, attention to detail, if possible with lots of touch point.
Well, this morning I read somewhere that Sabah organizes a lot of marathons, and it has a high performance terrain as well, gifted by nature. So how do you think that is going to evolve, and what would be your property's key role in evolving with it?
Well, I think Sabah have a lot of marathons. Even ourselves, we do have a very short marathon, which is a 7K, and whatever we indulge in is strictly for charity. And we are trying to encourage the population, the people, or even the tourists to be more sport enthusiasts and to have a warm heart wherever they can help those who are needed.
So your strategy would be to enable the best athletes around to aspire for them to come here, one. Second, interlink that with some CSR activation which can support social cause as well. Is there a role play that your resort is going to play along with the governing bodies?
Well, I'm always willing to work closely with the government bodies because I think they are the interlink. They are the main command center. And I will put simply that my wish is their command. Their wish is my command.
Well said. So we'll move on to our next section, which is called as the elevator pitch, and we'll have Mr. Tan giving us a 30-second pitch about the property.
This property, all I can say, if I'm a tourist, definitely I will be here. 384 acres. You have a 27 golf holes facing the ocean, 15 food and beverage outlets, bowling alley, theaters, scuba diving, parasailing, whatever you said, you name it. And it's only 10 minutes away from the airport and 10 minutes to the town. So if I'm a tourist, definitely I would choose this spot. It's awesome.
Perfect. So let's move on to the last section of our show, which is going to be a stress interview.
Wow.
It's the fun element of the show. The entire idea around this is we have an Iron Man in Mr. Tan, and I would, humble me, would try to push him onto the wall, and let's see how we can stand by it. Are we open to that, Mr. Tan?
Yes, please.
Perfect. So you just gave us an elevator pitch about 30 seconds about the destination. That is said by everyone around. If you go to Phuket, if you go to Vietnam, Cambodia, there's some of the other geographical location that claims similar infrastructure facility and natural offering. Why should somebody consider Sabah?
Well, I already told you earlier that where the traveler would like to travel, I think every human will pick their destination before they travel. Example, if I want to go to Zurich, I want to know where's the nearest shopping mall. I want to know where's the nearest bus terminal, where's the nearest tube for my convenience, and what by nature, by the seasonality that they can provide for me to enhance my holiday. So I think most tourists that comes here, definitely I think 50% is more on eco.
Okay.
At least 30% on Mother Nature, above the land or underwater, as it is called the wind below. What is it called? The wind below the wind below the sea.
Well, I wouldn't be convinced with your answer as such. Maybe what would you tell me to excite me to come back here?
Well, for my property, I can promise you one thing. If you come here, you give me a lemon, I make it into a lemonade. Wow. Just for you.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking time out. Just cutting it short and simple because, like the name goes, you are truly an Iron Man in running this property, and I would step back as a humble human being. But again, thank you for taking time out and having patience to answer all the questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having all of you here.